What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at Alina of the Arena. This is kind of a hybrid mashup of something like Into the Breach and also a card game. I'm going to be honest with you up front, I've got serious card game fatigue nowadays. And so it's important to kind of acknowledge that I have a little bit of a bias when it comes to card games. Like, I tend to be like, I don't think I want to play another card game right now. But I have spent about an hour with Alina of the Arena's demo, which is what we're playing right now. The game comes out in a couple of days. And actually, I do think that the Into the Breach-inspired positional mechanics and also just sort of the visual flair of the game is actually quite good. And so setting aside that bias, I have had fun with the time that I've spent with the demo. So we're going to dive on in. If I had to explain this game in kind of a sentence, this is a gladiatorial deathmatch game where you are a gladiator in a fantasy world. It's hyper gory, it's hyper bloody. And basically, your goal is to avoid getting impaled for as long as possible in a series of back-to-back fights. The game is highly position-based, like Into the Breach. Every single decision you make is absolutely gonna matter. Where you move to, and what you decide to do, and how you decide to combo your attacks, all has great weight in this game. And from what I've played so far, it seems to be assembled quite well. And so anyways, it won me over. We're going to dive on in today, spend about 25-30 minutes with the game, and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this you wanted to try the demo out for yourself, it is freely available. I don't know if it's going to stay up after the game's release. I would assume so. It's usually a good idea to have a demo, and in fact, I usually recommend that all developers have a demo of their game if they can feasibly manage it inside kind of the money constraints of their development process. I think that giving people a taster of your game before they buy is a really great way to avoid refunds, and also a great way to avoid kind of negative reviews. Like, somebody can rock out on the demo and be like, this game isn't for me, and then like move on. Other than like buying the game, being disappointed, refunding it, and leaving a negative review when the game qualitatively is actually quite good. It just wasn't their flavor, you know what I mean? Some people like Mountain Dew, some people like Coke. Let's dive on in. If after watching this, though, you wanted to get it, I got that link for you. And then on top of that, you can also take a look at my Discord and my Twitch stream. Just in case you wanted to swing through live and hang out with me, there's a pretty good chance that I'll stream this game at some point next week. That tends to be how I smooth over. So ever since I started doing preview content, people have wanted me to be like, hey, let's go back to doing long plays. The way I get around that is effectively I give you the little taste over here with the qualitative commentary about what I do or don't like about the game, and then later on in the week I'll stream it for 4 or 5 hours so that you get like a full VOD and we can get deeper on in and you can kind of figure out whether or not little questions you had get answered that I may have failed to address during the course of the video. We're going to leave it on the normal difficulty for right now because I think that's where most people are going to jump on in, and we will confirm it. So we are in the Slave Arena, and as you can see, the place is quite gored up already. Basically, the game is going to be sort of a series of fights, and you pick and choose what you want to do on each layer. For right now, all we have to do is just a fight. And so let's go ahead and talk about the UI. So the UI for right now, on the top left, we have our HP, pretty simple stuff. When that goes down to 0, you are officially corpseified. Over here, we have the enemy order. So if you mouse over this, it'll show you basically the order in which they attack so that you can take that into account with regards to like what you want to do. Right here we have our money. We spend that on gear. We spend that on upgrades. Gear in this game is actually gained in kind of like an organic way that I really, really like. So as you combo and as you do more impressive things, the crowd throws stuff into the arena and you can pick it up on the fly, or at the end of the fight, it all gets collected up and given to you and you can pick through all of it. And it'll give you bonuses to like your attack, your defense, your movement, your energy costs. As far as the bottom half of the screen, all really self-explanatory. If you've ever played anything like Slay the Spire before, or you've played like Knock on the Coffin Lid, or you've played Monster Train, or any of the other just absolute slew of card games that exist out there, we have our energy right here. Energy is what we use to spend on cards. This is an initiative card right here. Initiative cards are kind of special. You can only play an initiative card first. So if I play any other card, this will disappear. And this is basically a free move. We've got some attacks, and we've got some defenses and some other stuff going on. He's about to smack us for 13 damage. So my suggestion would be that we strike, and then we slam him back. The game is wonderfully well animated. Oh, I didn't realize I was going to follow up right there. Well, I guess I'm getting toasted in the face on this turn. What a great start to the arena. Good stuff. We'll go ahead. I should have read the card better. He's dead, though. We won, so that's a plus. You don't get HP back very easily in this game, so that was honestly, I would honestly consider re-rolling right now if we weren't doing a video. I didn't plan that out properly. I should have attacked. I should have stepped back and seen what he was going to do on the next turn and just basically given up my entire turn right there. We have a full-on attack right there. I'm a big fan in card games of anything that gives me like a huge upwelling of damage in one turn or like a huge upwelling of defense. We have Feint, so we have deal 6 damage, return a random free card from your discard pile to your hand. That's pretty good if we actually had any free cards. And so, you know. This one right here allows us to get energized. Energized is a status effect that makes our status cards like bleeding or like fatigued or anything else like that become free to play. So that we can get rid of them easier. I'm going to go with full-on attack, though. I like the idea of having like a big boy strike. We've got a sword right here. This sword is okay. The downside to this sword... Oh, it actually doesn't have the downside to it. Okay. Yeah, that just gives us a free +1 attack that was thrown into the arena. The last rusty sword that I got, so I guess there's some procedural element to this gear. The last rusty sword that I got on my last playthrough, every time I used a card that matched the color, so red is attack and blue is defense, anytime I used a card that matched the color, it gave me a fatigue card that just clogged up my deck. And so I wasn't going to take it, but I guess it's just a free damage in this case, so sounds good. We completed our first fight, somewhat the worse for wear. I'm going to go and rest real fast. And I'm going to heal up a little bit. We're going to take an event on this side. You there, wait! A crooked old man croaks as he approaches you with a sword in his arms. Take this blade. It has chosen you as its master, and you must have it. You sense a powerful curse coming from the sword. Ooh, okay. So this will cost 4 HP whenever we attack. It's kind of bad. It can't be unequipped if you equip it, nor can it be placed in your item slots. We get +1 to our damage whenever we kill an enemy. I don't think that the risk is quite commensurate to the reward on that. Like, it may be. It's entirely possible that I'm just undereducated, and that's like a meta item right there. But, I don't like it. I feel nervous about it. So this guy right here... I think I can move up. And I think I'll get a strike off on him. So there's 5 damage, and we'll use this ability to step away, possibly, and just kind of gain a little bit of a gap. I don't want to corner myself, though. Okay, we'll go up to here. So he's got 16 block on himself right there. All right. We do have full-on attack, which will ace him on this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. There we go. So that's 1 enemy down. That's 1 less thing that I have to deal with. We've got a longsword right there. That's got 2 attack, but if we use anything that matches the color, we end up with some fatigue. Okay, I'll consider it. +2 damage is pretty good. For right now, we've used up our turn, so I'm just going to wait to see what this guy does. I'm going to put a wind up on myself so that I deal double damage on the next turn. We have a 38 damage strike right there. He's going to hit for 11. That's pretty bad, though. He gets stunned because we broke his guard, so that should buy us a free turn right there. And I'm just going to go all in on him and see if we can finish him off. He's actually not doing anything right now, so that's great. We'll just finish him off real fast. Down you go, sir. Enjoy my blade to your gutty bits. I'm glad that we managed to walk that one off without any, like, serious problems. I'm pretty happy with the way that played out. So we've got Shield Bash. Move 1 tile or knock back first enemy, deal 2 damage. If the damage is dealt, deal additional damage for every block and gain Barricade, which allows you to keep your block for another turn. That's really, really expensive, though. If we don't have something that, like, fills us up with energy... It's got free hit on it. Landing a hit reduces the cost of energy to 0. I'm going to play with it. I want to see exactly what that means. So we've got a Shuriken over here. So throw straight forward, deal 2 damage, apply 2 bleed. Okay, I like it. I like it. We've got the longsword over on this side. I am going to swap the longsword in, and we'll just kind of play dangerously with the fatigue cards. Oh, it's a two-hander. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. It uses up both slots, so actually we'll get the fatigue on every attack that we do. I'll probably just go with the shuriken then. I think I'll stick with the shuriken. Like that extra damage and bleed might actually help out in certain cases. We can meditate over here. That allows us to get a card. We can forget a card, or we can switch a card in its color configuration. I'm going to go ahead and create a card. We don't really have like a beefy deck right now. Once we get around to like 20 or so, then I'll start messing around. Interrupt multiple targets, but it exhausts. So we can only use that once per fight. But that is kind of a nice, oh damn button to bail us out of trouble. We've got Evaluate, gain 4 block, increase the block by 1 every time the card is retained in this fight. Okay. So basically we want to hold that in our hand for like as long as possible. Or I guess we have to play it to get the retain. Oh no, it has retained. So the longer we let it float inside of our deck, the better it gets. Okay, draw 3 cards, think fast, exhaust. Okay. I like the throw dirt. I think throw dirt gives us some nice utility to kind of keep us safe. We could do the elite fight, but fair warning, I did an elite fight last time, and I got absolutely smote. So we'll try it. I mean, we're early on in the video, so it doesn't hurt us too much right now to re-roll. He's going to fire that at me. This guy's trying to catch me right now. There is a trap on that side. If I could bump him into a trap, that would just be snazzy, dude. He's got 40 block. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so let's step back to here. Actually, what order are they going to act in? He acts first. Okay, good. So he's going to take this shot right here. There is friendly fire. So when he steps forward to catch us, good chance he'll get hit by that crossbow bolt for 25 damage, which I think will help out quite a bit. I will likely throw the shuriken at you just to get some bleed on him and start getting some rolling damage. Oh, did I read that wrong? I thought he was going to move first. All right, well, he's in the process of catching me right now. I could initiative move to right there, throw dirt on both of them, then strike, but that feels like kind of a bad play. I'm going to throw dirt on this dude and give him kind of a double combo right there just to work on him a little bit. Ooh, we got a shield. Nice. Okay, so he's looking to intercept me. We don't want this guy to catch us. Once he catches us, he locks us in position, and there's not going to be a whole lot we can do. I think, for right now, I don't get any stun effect out of that. I'm going to go with a wind-up. Strike on you. We're going to use Slam to kind of get ourselves out of this situation. There we go. He's now vulnerable. That's the good stuff right there. We do have Shield Bash available, but we don't have the AP to run it. But he's still trying to run catch on us, which is kind of concerning. I'm going to use this as a gap maker to go after this guy over here. We'll run wind up real fast so that we get double damage on the next turn. That's about all we can do. He's no longer constricted. Or maybe he is. We're about to get hit right here. I didn't get any utility either. Rip. I needed to get some damage off on him right here, but I don't want to take the 12. We could strike and double block, but we'll still take some damage. There's a good chance we'll get pinned when this guy gets out of the trap, too. I'm going to go ahead and keep kiting and moving around. I don't think there's any real reason for me to kind of go crazy right now. It's 10 damage right there. We stun this guy when we break his block. So I think that's going to be the only way we get out of trouble on this side without him catching us. He's going to move to there. Okay, that got us out of trouble. And it was free. You gotta love that. Who doesn't love free? So we're out of trouble for now. Next turn might get interesting, though, because there's no way for me to break adjacent. Oh, he actually sabotaged himself. I now do have a way to break adjacency. Okay. He doesn't have an attack lined up. So I'm going to play dangerously right here. Even though it may be a mistake. I need one of these guys to die. So we've now been constricted. However, we can break his constriction, I think, by attacking him. Unfortunately, that doesn't leave me with a whole lot of options to not take that 25 damage right there. Oh, boy. Yeah, I can see how this is going to play out. I can see it already. He's going to move up to here and pin me in. Yep. I had a feeling. I'm going to force him to kind of close the gap and get around me with the traps, I think. Although we are heavily pinned in right now. Is it possible to attack those traps? No, you can't break them. Yikes. I don't know what I want to do about that then. Yeah. We've got a bit of a problem here. Oh yeah, the crowd reacts to the things you do, in case you were wondering. Go ahead and block real fast, and we will... Actually, let me get a big turn off next turn. We'll put in a wind-up. Hey, he immobilized himself. Get wrecked, nerd. How would you like to be even further immobilized? Enjoy 4 more damage. I do very much like kind of the positional aspects of the game that allow you to come together with like some fun combos. I didn't realize he was going to shoot. Damn it. Okay, I guess he's going to shoot. I thought he was reloading. I can't really step in on him right now. Not much to play with this guy. Because of the timing of his turn, I'm stuck like trying to dodge in, dodge out every single turn until the cards come up right. Alright. I mean, it's 1 damage. What are you going to do? Unfortunately, my movement card doesn't help me out much here. We do have a guard, which is nice. Okay. I think we just have to repeat this cycle. Like, I think we've got the rotation. We've just got to stick to it now. And depending on how the cards come up, we may have to, like, not use our turn here and there. And there's the victory. We pulled off the elite fight. So I did better than I did last time. Couple mistakes on that one. But I'm playing around with new cards that I haven't had in my deck just yet. So, like, I'll take it. It's not that bad. So we defeated them. We've got Crippling Trap, apparently, now. So I can put a Crippling Trap wherever I want. Okay. Sure. Sounds good. And then we get to get a new card. So play all fatigue in your hand. Gain 2 strength for each one. That actually stacks pretty well with that axe that gives us fatigue right there. So basically I can build up a ton of fatigue and then hope that comes through to give myself a ton of strength so that I hit like a truck. Flaming weapons. Okay. We've got strategist, draw a card, keep 2 cards, beef up, gain a strength. We've got 7 block, draw a card. That's actually really, really nice because it's just flatly better than all of other blocks, and it gives us an additive benefit. Beef Up doesn't fall out of your deck, though. That means we can play that as much as we want, so I think I'll probably take that. If I kill someone, I gain energy. That's pretty nice. Damage up by 3. It's only one-handed, though. How many of my attacks? Let's see here. It's about a 50-50 split. So I don't think it really matters what we take. I'll put it in there because I want the 3 damage, but like, we've got increased block right there. Sounds good. Granite Potion. Gain 3 hardy. Increased block gain from cards by 1. Stack decreases every turn. Yeah, I'll take that. And then we can vendor the Rusty Sword. Alright, so a greasy-looking healer with the most disingenuous grin you've ever seen approaches you to offer services. I feel like I can sacrifice to get a little bit right there, but it's not really what I want. Hopefully these fights aren't too bad. These guys look pretty fragile, so maybe we'll be able to do something with it. So he's firing right there. He's got a 2x2. I'm going to move to here. Oh, he's got thorns. Didn't know that. Okay. Fair enough. Didn't know about the thorns. Now I know about the thorns. Put a wind up in. Alright. Where do I want to go from here? I'll play a guard right there. That'll buy me a little bit of absolution from the thorns and from the damage. If we end up getting surrounded, what I'll do is I'll play the throw sand card to save ourselves. We need to stay moving. So let's just stay real wispy for right now. Okay, so there's one enemy down. We're looking good. I'm going to get that fatigue out of my deck real fast with the free energy that I got. These guys are cruising up on me like they've got something nasty to say. I don't feel like I got enough block cards here to really do what I want to do. I suppose I could play my potion. We'll beef up for a minute. And we'll see how they decide to run up on me. Okay, so we got a 6 block right there. That'll work. Especially if we run the Granite Potion. I mean, I could hit him and follow up, but I'm going to take 2 damage. Let's go with a quick guard. And we'll just finish him off with the block that we have on hand. We can get rid of our fatigue for free. Okay, Energized has fallen off, so that's not going to be like an effective option from here on out. We'll play that. We'll play Wind Up. Gives us 10 solid damage right there, and I think we can just fight from this corner until he moves. Yeah, I was going to say, he's going to move and line us up, but it'll be all right. I'm going to go with Slam. That's going to move me over to here, and then we're just going to bide our time for a minute. It's going to take him 2 turns to reline up with us, so I think we'll be okay. Let me get a 6 guard. A beef up. A wind up. We'll get a little bit more guard. We'll go for the 18 strike right there, so that's looking good. We've got actually a normal sword right there. I might actually consider swapping that in because we lose 1 damage, but we get rid of this fatigue problem that we currently have. Like, the fatigue is adding an extra layer of head scratchery to the situation, and I would rather it not. And we should be able to eliminate this guy no problem. Oh, that was actually pretty smart. The AI is good. I thought he'd move right there. AI actually does a pretty good job here. Okay. Alright. Move in. 12 damage. 9 damage, and that's going to be the fight. But yeah, this game actually is appealing. Like, I'm not a huge card game fan, But I think they have the aesthetic really, really locked in. Like, the game has a lot of extra, like, visual accompaniment that I think makes it a lot of fun. The sound design is really, really good. Like, I like the cheers of the crowds and the boos when you're running away. They've got really kind of the weapon sounds of, like, collisions with the enemy sounding very, very nice. Like, I feel like this is one of those games that really, really changed my mind so far. Like, I get a lot of card games offered, you know, to be shown off on the channel from developers and whatnot. And it's, like, so hard for me because I'm just like, ooh, 6 damage, move 1 back? Ooh. Yeah. I mean, move like water, let us keep our energy, which is pretty spicy. I'm going to take the 1 damage hit right there in order to get rid of just kind of dealing with the fatigue mechanic. But yeah, I think they did a really, really great job with sort of the visual element of the game, the sound design element of the game, and then also I think taking something like Into the Breach, which is a game that I actually did not enjoy, not because it's a bad game, but because Into the Breach was too stressful for me. Like, every movement you make in Into the Breach has long-lasting consequences, and it sort of turned the game into a nail-biter for me that, like, I just couldn't enjoy because I was so stressed about my next move and figuring out, like, the perfect arrangement of things I can do in order to avoid consequences that I just couldn't seem to seek out the fun in the game. This game disposes of that a little bit by giving you a little bit of a power fantasy element as you build your character up, and I think that the strategical layer that they've managed to deploy in the game makes up for the fact that it's a card game to me, which is not naturally the type of game that I really super enjoy playing. I can choose to forget something about now, I think. Like, we've got leverage, which is basically just a better strike. So I think we can probably lose a strike right about now. Let's check the shop for anything that might be good so we can buy cards or we can buy equipment. Let's go to the card shop. Once you click this, you're stuck. So you only get to pick one of those two. We've got a dodge roll right there. Move a tile, move each time the card is retained in the fight. Okay. Improvise, deal 5 damage, deal a card. Once again, that's kind of just an upgraded strike, which can be nice to replace everything with. Deadly touch. Apply 99 death mark. Kill to gain 1 energy, so I get 99 energy when I kill them? Oh, but I get drained. Gotcha. Get psyched. Okay, we saw that one already, and it looked pretty good. Hit and run. 6 damage, gain block equal to damage dealt. Ooh, shuffle's kind of spicy, though, too. It allows me to swap positions with an enemy. You could probably set up some nasty friendly fire incidents with that one. Let's go with hit and run. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big, like, when I play Slay the Spire, on the rare occasion that I do play Slay the Spire, I very much enjoy Iron Wave. I like that ability a lot. What's the turn order here? 1, 2. I think they're going to smack into each other, I think. Like, I don't know that for a fact, but, like, I'm going to move back. I'm going to beef up. I got a feeling I'm going to get dogpiled here. I was hoping they would hit each other. Feels bad. Okay, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? That didn't really save me, did it? Is there an undo button? Yikes. That was, well, I guess I was kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. There was really nothing I could do right there. Okay, let's keep ourselves alive for 1 turn. That's about the best we can do, is kind of stalemate. Oh, he knocked me out of the way. Nice. Yeah, we're about to get dogpiled, dude. There's just a lot of enemies here. Let's go shield bash on you, just to push you back for a minute. We're going to get pinned right here. It looks like they get stunned if they hit the walls. So that's actually a really, really good thing for me. That'll move me back to there, so we kind of want to close with it. Let's hit him. That'll follow up. So we'll push him back to there, and we'll follow into here. But then if we leverage hit him, I think it'll dodge us back that way, if we can. I don't know if we can stand on the same tile as a corpse. Looks like I can. So I think that's the play. We get a kill right there, though. I'm going to go for the kill. Like, I think getting enemies off the field right now is probably job one. We have a shield bash right there, which is great because it gets us out of trouble. That guy's now dead. Don't really have much to play right there, unfortunately. So now we just kind of have to weasel our way around these guys. Which shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. I'm actually glad we've got him lined up right there. He's going to hit the wall. It means I can move in. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. Ah, my kingdom for an undo button, dude. I keep making mistakes. I didn't realize that he had an attack queued up, even though he didn't have adjacency. Important stuff to parse. 7 more damage right there. I'll probably go leverage just to make this more complicated. Select a card to remove. Why? Why do I have to remove a card? Okay, so they're now stunned. He's got a directional attack going on. Let's go ahead and move over to here. We'll run beef up for extra damage. All right. Big hit. There we go. Oh. Yeah, have fun with that, boys. All right. Good stuff. We actually pulled that one off okay. It was really sketchy at the beginning when we were heavily outnumbered and really like our traversal options were incredibly limited, but we pulled it off. But this is Alina of the Arena. I think the game is appealing, and that's saying something because, like, I am not the target audience for card games. I don't tend to enjoy them as much as other people do, and yet with Alina of the Arena, they've done a really, really good job. Everything from the visual presentation to the sound effects are good. Because this is a demo, I can't really get any really long play sessions in to get further on into the game, so I don't know how the progression and the difficulty scaling is going to work out on the macro term, or how the progression works with regards to kind of like meta unlocks in between. It appeared to me as though it was calculating something in between my runs, but I don't know if you just have things unlocked for the demo or not. But the game comes out in a couple of days, so I suppose those answers or those questions will be answered. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day, so you don't have to. Today we had Alina of the Arena. Tomorrow we will likely have something else. Take care and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.